Hello!
Welcome to All Around the Board.
And today we are going to be downsizing from Gloomhaven to play Jaws of the Lion, exactly half the size of that box we just removed. This is a standalone game. It's a miniature version of Gloomhaven. It's got 25 scenarios instead of 95, but it is standalone. It is not an expansion, which a lot of people think it is. Now in today's video we will show you how to set up, and we're going to play through scenario 1. Scenario 1 to 5 is actually a how to sort of an introduction. All those 5 scenarios are introduction, and they bring in pieces of the game as we go. But for today we're just going to play scenario 1, and we're going to show you how to set up from the get-go. We will also be using the Gloomhaven Helper app. We use this for the main game of Gloomhaven, but we will be using it for this. And in a minute I will show you what to remove from this box if you're using the app. We personally find that not only Gloomhaven, but Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion is much quicker and easier to play when using this app. So if you want to know how to play using the included pieces, you can watch It Played, a very good how to play video on there. But honestly, this is far better. If you guys want to just see the gameplay, skip ahead to the time that you can see up in the corner. But this is for those who are just starting off and want to use the app. So firstly, take out the supplemental scenario book and the scenario book itself. Take out the stickers and the map board of Gloomhaven. You can take out all of these stands and put them to one side. And then as it shows on this sheet here, it tells you how to organise this plastic tray. And as you can see, we have organised that before playing. Right, anything I put into this lid is what you do not need if you're using the app. So firstly, we can get rid of that. I mean, you do need to read that briefly, but you can get rid of that once you've read it. We will need these guides, so we'll put those to one side. You will not need this track because that is going to be recorded at the top of the screen. All of these monsters, which I have put in baggies, can be put to one side for now. However, these tokens, which have got all the names of the characters and bad guys, can go into the lid. We will not need those. You won't be needing these. You can use them whilst using the app, but the app does keep track of those, so they can go into the box. You have the monster battle cards, which you will not need. As you can see, we haven't even opened them, so they can go into the lid. Then you've got these monster cards. You will not need those because the app does it for you. These holders, you won't need these. These are actually used to track the monster's health, but we have that on the screen as well, so we can get rid of those. And these you can use if you want. In fact, we will use these later in the scenario, so I'm just going to chuck these in here. This is what you will need out of the box. Now, we have A, B, C, D, these boxes here. They cannot be opened until you are directed to open. These are the starting character boxes. You've got 4 of them for the starter classes. You also have these matching boxes, which we have opened one to show you for this example or how to play through, but you will have the other 3 if you're playing with, depending on how many players you're playing with. You might want to have a look at them and look at the cards. Then in here you're going to get the city cards. You can unwrap those and just put them into one side. You can keep the battle goal cards. They can slot into this area here. Then I have all the items which you can slot into the next section. And finally, any of the battle modifier cards. Now, you can, if you want, you can get rid of the monster deck, but I'm just going to keep the monster deck available just in case we decide to use that. But not only has it got the M cards, it also has these ones with the little star, which you will need for later on in the scenario. With Jaws of the Lion, you do have a Learn to Play guide, which will take you through the first 5 scenarios, and it will tell you all the rules included, and you'll learn them as you go, and you can also learn them from watching these videos. There is also a glossary for any terms that you don't understand, but we're going to put those aside just for now. First thing I'm going to get is the Gloomhaven board and the sticker sheet. Now you'll notice that I've already taken sticker 1 off. Well, we are going to start scenario 1 from the get-go. You don't do anything else. You have to start scenario 1 first. Also included in the book are the scenario book and the supplemental scenario book. For the scenario 1, you won't need the supplemental one. This will come in on scenario 3. So if you're going to watch this series, you will see how this comes in on scenario 3. But for this one, you can give this a read. We've got some story fluff that you can watch, and at the bottom there it does tell you that you can put new location roadside ambush. And then it says return to the learn to play guide before continuing, but you can actually watch us play because we have played this. So we're going to open this up, and the scenario is played straight from the book. Before we jump into a scenario, each player will need to choose a character. There are 4 to choose from, but for this example I'm going to be choosing this character here. What you need to do is get the matching box and the small box as well, so you can see the symbol matches. You're going to take out the miniature that comes in that box, and that's the only thing that is in that box. But out of this box, you're going to want to take out the items that are along the top that you can see here. So firstly, you want to get out the character card. You want to get the tokens. You want to take out this deck, and we'll show you what we do with that in a mo. You're going to get the attack modifier ones, which will have those on the bottom, and they're the only bits you're going to need. For this scenario 1, we need to put the character sheets back, and these 2 decks that have halt on them, and they both say when you can open them, but these 3 items can go back in this box. With these, you can simply punch them out and make sure you put them onto your character board. Now these are quite small, so make sure you don't lose these. Then with this pack, you can simply open it. This will be your battle modifier deck. Keep hold of the bag if you want to, just to keep them tidy, and then you're going to give these a shuffle. I have already shuffled these, but just give them a bit of a shuffle and put them somewhere near your character board. Then out of this deck, you are going to take out the reference card, and this is a double-sided reference card, and again put that somewhere near your player character board. And then with this one, you're going to take out the 6 cards that are labelled A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The ones afterwards do say B. There are 2 with B after, and they will not come in until scenario 2. So we're all set up ready to do scenario 1. These are our Vermling Raiders that we have set up ready on the board, and these are our 3 starting spaces. Now we're only going to show you the action sections of our go. We're not going to have the bit where we're choosing cards, because frankly it'll be boring to watch. But basically what we will be doing is out of our 6 cards we'll be choosing 2 to play. We intend to do the top action of one and the bottom of another. It doesn't matter which order you do it. So for example, I could do the bottom of this one and the top of that, or vice versa. Once you've decided on the 2 cards you have, you're then going to choose what initiative you want to go at. The lower the number, the quicker you're going to go in the round. So 14 is going to go much quicker than 63. If I wanted to go really quick in this case, I'd put 14 on the top, but obviously I will hide it, and then we will reveal at the same time what our initiative. So I'll reveal and say 14, and Jade and Jess will do the same at the same time. But if I wanted to go slower, I could put 63 on the top instead, and we can reveal at the same time as normal. But when I pick those 2 cards up, I can then play them in any order I want. The number is purely for claiming the initiative at the beginning of the round. So let's get started, shall we? Scenario 1, are we excited?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go for it. I am taking on Red Guard, Jade is taking on the Hatchet, and Jess is going to be the Void Warden. Okay, so for round 1 we have selected our 2 cards. I am going at initiative 14.
And I'm going initiative 24.
Which one are you going, Jess?
I'm 23.
23, and Mummy is going initiative 24. Okay, so I'm going first with 14. So I'm going to do the bottom action of this one. So I'm going to move 3. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, straight down there, because these are empty hexes so I can move. That's the bottom action done, and that goes into the discard pile, not the lost. The lost will come into play later on. And then I can do the top action of this, which is attack 3 at range 2. Well, I am 2 spaces away from this guy here, so I'm going to attack him for 3 plus an attack modifier, which will just be 3. If it says +0, that means I don't get any additional damage. And then that goes into the discard. Then it goes on to Jess.
So I'm going to attack this one for 3.
Yeah, because it is attack 3, range 3, yeah. So right in front of her. and she's going to do 3 plus a card.
Okay, so
Which-
it's just...
Just 3?
3?
Yep, so number 1 can take 3 damage. Well done. And then you've got the bottom action of another card, in which she can do move 3 and muddle at range 3. So where are you going to move to for 3?
I'm going to move 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and who would you like to muddle? Would you like to muddle 1 or would you like to muddle
I'd like to
number
muddle
3?
1.
Okay, so if you put a little muddle modifier on, that's the question mark, and that means it has disadvantage. We'll get to disadvantage when he has a turn, or if he has a turn, and if he doesn't have a turn, we'll show you the muddle later. Okay, so then it goes on to Jade. They go into her discard, and then Jade is going to play her 2 cards. So what are you going to do first?
Firstly, I'm going to do attack 3, range 3.
And that's your top action, isn't it?
It is.
Yep.
So I'm going to do that on number 1.
Yep, so 1, 2, 3 spaces away. It's, oh, what was it? Attack 3
So it attacks
with a
one.
-2.
just
So
one.
just 1 damage, unfortunately, on that. And then what's your bottom action?
I can move 2, and then all adjacent enemies suffer 1 damage.
Okay, so what, this one?
Yep.
To here?
Yep.
1, 2, and it suffers 1, yeah?
And that's number 1. So
Just enemies, that's good.
and he dies.
Oh, okay, brilliant. So we take him off of the board. Later on, we will be dropping loot, but not in this first scenario. So he just comes off of the board.
And he comes off of the app.
And yes, he's off the screen as well. Okay, so then it go. Now Jade's done, hatchet face. We can then go on to their turn. Oh, we should have pressed draw, but we know that it's going to be initiative 50 and it's going to be a move 1, attack 2.
But do
So
you
click
want
draw.
me to press draw?
Yep, there we go. We knew that it was going to initiative 50. So the elites will always go first, no matter what number's on it. So that is going to move 1 space. Its focus is, well, one of us, so it's going to move closer. In fact, the focus is actually me because I went first in the round. And then we're going to go in number order, starting with number 2, who's going to move south 1. Number 3 will move left 1 and is going to attack me for 2 plus a combat card. So I take 3 damage. Thank you, Jess. Then number 3, we need. Oh no, number 4 was the elites. Then we skip to number 5, who is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. Or if he comes to here, he then becomes 4 away from me. And then we need number 6, who will just move over 1 space. Now these aren't attacking because they haven't got anybody to hit, because that is a melee attack and not a ranged attack. Right, we can go on to round 2, so we're going to go ahead and pick 2 of our 4 cards. Okay, so we have picked our 2 cards for round 2. If you want to click draw, we've already put the numbers in. I'm going 87, but on that it will be Jade first at 18. So what are you going to be doing?
So I am going to move up to 5. Oh, sorry.
Yep,
I'm going
5.
to move up to 5.
So move 5 on the bottom action. Where are you going to move to?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, so you're right in front of him.
I am, and then I'm going to top action. I'm going to attack him for 3.
Okay, and then plus a combat card.
So which number is that?
Oh,
Which
that's
number is that?
that is number 4. It's the only elite, and unfortunately he's only taken 2 damage. That was so unlucky. A 3 -1, but those -1s are out your deck now. For now,
They are, yeah.
until you get a miss and have to shuffle them in. But hopefully you don't get that bad luck.
Yeah.
Right then, you're all done, so you get those in your discard pile. Then, Jess, you are going to have a
So
turn.
I'm going to do my bottom action.
No, you're doing the top one.
Oh yeah.
1 ally within range 2 can perform attack 4. So this is Jess. She can make 1 ally within range, which I am, and I can perform an attack 4. Now it says there, use the ally's attack modifier. So if she's making me do the attack, then I flip a card. So it's 4, 5. So 3 is just dead. You can click the that's it, yeah, the death symbol.
There we go.
And that will come off the board. And again, unfortunately, it doesn't drop a coin now, but next scenario, it will. Then, Jess, you've got a bottom action,
Okay.
which is, move 4. Okay, so where would you like to move to?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, ready to take on those bad guys. Okay, hopefully we can back you up in a mo. Right, then it is on to the bad guy's turn. So, Elite first, it's already next to Jade. So, Jade, you are the focus. You're going to take an attack 2 plus a combat card. Oh, just 2. So, you take 2 damage on your health. And then it will go on to the normals. So, number 2 is going to move 1 space. Jess is the focus at this point.
Ooh.
Then number 5 is going to move in and attack Jess for 2 plus a combat card, which is just 2, so Jess takes 2 damage. Oh, she's quite a weak character actually, but
yeah.
and then number 6, you are 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're the focus, so 6 can move in. Now, Jess, it's up to you, because to get closer, here and here are the same distance away. Would you like it to go to this space or this space?
This space.
This one here, okay? So then he can get behind. You can have them in a line, and I mean, I've got something where I can damage 2 people, so hopefully I can do something in a moment. Right, then it goes on to my go, because they're all done. We've gone through to 6. So now I'm going to pick up my cards. And I am going to do, I was going to help Jess out, but I can't quite get there. So I'm going to help Jade out just for now. I'm going to do the bottom of this card, move 4. So I'll just do 3 of it. 1, 2, 3. So I'm next to here. And that's that one done. That goes in the discard. And then the top one, I'm going to do attack 3 and muddle on number 4. So 3 plus my combat card. Oh no! I've only done 1 damage to it. So if you put 1 damage onto the marker, and then give him muddle as well, which is the question mark.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Right, now we are ready for round 3, so we're going to go ahead and choose some cards. Okay, so ready for round 3. I'm going at 38. Jade is going 35 and Jess is going 67. If you can click draw, let's see what happens here. Now they're always going to go at 50, we know that. Jade, you're going first. What are you going to do?
So first I'm going to do the bottom action, so I'm going to immobilise number 4.
Okay, so immobilise number 4 is here. And he will not be moving for this turn, although we're up in his face anyway.
Okay, and then I'm going to move 3.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only going to move 2, I'm going to go here.
Okay, yeah.
And then with range 3, target 2, attack 2.
Oh, okay, so in range 3, this one and this one are both within 3 range of you. So who are you going to attack first?
Let's go number 5.
Yep, so 5 is going to take 2 plus a combat card.
So just 2.
Just 2, yeah. Because Jay pulled a +0. And then the next one is going to do a 2 and a card.
Which is 2 again, so
Yeah.
6 takes 2.
Number 6 takes 2 damage as well. That's not too bad. You've got them a little bit weaker. Then that's your go done, isn't it?
Then it's you, Daddy.
Yep. So I'm going to do an attack 2 on this bottom card here. So I do 2 plus a card. Only 1 on number 4. And then instead of this card here where it says 2 adjacent enemies suffer 2 damage, I can do the basic attack instead. You notice it's got 2 attack and 2 move. They're basic ones if I don't want to do the ability on there. So for the top action I'm going to do a straight 2 attack, which is 2, just 2. Now you may be screaming at me going, why didn't you just give him straight 2 damage? Well, I've got modifiers in here that can do more than 2, and I was hoping, you know, I might do a bit more, but never mind. That's my go completely done.
It's them.
It is. Okay, so starting with Elite first. He's next to me. He is muddled, so he's going to draw 2 combat cards. So if you could draw the top 2, he's going to do 2.
Okay, minus 1.
That's good. Good start.
And minus another
So
one.
it's just -1. So
Yep, so I'm just taking 1 damage, which
Okay.
isn't too bad. And then if you take off the muddle off of him, because he's not going to be muddled now, because it comes off the end of his turn, then it will be standee number 2. So he's at the back, and he's just going to move 1 closer so he gets in there. In fact, no, he won't, because Jess is the focus. She is 2 away. They will not move purposely to still be 2 away. They will only move to get closer. So he's going to just stay where he is, and he can't go through that because that is a spike trap. Then it's going to be number 5. 5 is already in front of Jess, so it's going to attack Jess for 5 plus a combat. For 2 and plus a combat card. So you need to do card. So
that's good.
2 minus 2, which means she's doing nothing to you. And then finally, number 6 can't get any closer to you, so he stays where he is. There seems to be a little bit of a traffic jam. Jess standing there is a good idea actually, because it's filtering through one creature at a time. Then it is on to Jess's go. Luna Love God, what are you going to do?
So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to do the top action. One ally within range
3
may perform 2 attack
at range.
Okay,
so breaking that down, Jess can pick one of us two to do a ranged attack. Who would you like to do the ranged attack?
I think you.
Okay, so I can do a range 3 attack. So it's 2. I can go for number 5.
Yes.
I'm going to attack him for 2 plus my combat card. Oh no, only 1. So number 5 only takes 1 damage, I'm afraid. And then what's the bottom action of this card?
The bottom action is one ally within range 3 may perform attack 3.
But if I do, I say I'm the only one that's actually next to someone that's not Jess. She cannot target herself as an ally, so it'll have to be me because I'm the only one that's next to somebody else.
And you then
So
take the health.
I take a damage, but I can perform attack 3 plus a card. 2 times, so I do 6 damage to that elite, I believe.
Do you want to do it too?
The elite, yeah, well, he's the only one I'm next to.
Well, he's dead.
Just put the skull and crossbones, he is off the board. So we've only got 3 of these left to deal with. They go in your discard, Jess.
Okay.
Yep. Now you'll notice that we started with 6 cards and we've played all 6 cards. At this point, it does say that we can do a short rest. To do a short rest, we are going to be shuffling all 6 cards and randomly getting rid of 1. Now this isn't the one I'm necessarily getting rid of, but say if I got rid of that one. That will go into the lost pile. If I wasn't happy with the one that I lost, I can put that to one side, I can take 1 damage, and I can lose another one of these at random. But I can only do this once. I'd be able to keep that one, but I'd lose that instead. Or I could just short rest, shuffle them up, and just get rid of the first one that comes out. So I'm going to give that a proper shuffle, lose a card, and then we are going to choose our cards for round 4. Because what will happen is once we have lost the card, we're going to get 5 back to our hand. Okay, so we have our cards for round 4. I'm going at 14, Jade is going at 18, and Jess is going 23. Let's draw, let's see what happens. We know they're going at 50.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll be going first. So I am going to do a little bit of a sneak attack. So I'm going to do this one here, which is move 4. Now you'll notice that there is a bit of a pathway going around here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go and stand behind number 6. And I'm going to then smack number 6, so that's the bottom of that one. I'm then going to do him for 3 plus a combat card, 2. So 6 takes 2 damage, and he is immobilised. And that can go in my discard. Right, then it is on to Jade. What are you going to do?
Okay, so firstly, I'm going to attack 3, range 3.
Okay, who are you going to go for? The one that's on his own, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that number 2? Okay.
Yeah, 2.
You are 3 away, so you can do that.
Yeah.
Number 2.
What did you get? No, a miss card. No. Oh, that means you got to shuffle. So no damage to that one. What's your bottom action, Jane?
My bottom action is I can move up to 5.
Ooh.
Maybe if you come and sneak round.
Should we swing round this way?
Yes.
Oh, should we swing round this way? 1,
Yeah,
2,
can
3,
do.
4, 5. Maybe or 4. You can come in this way and get round the boulders a little bit.
I'll do that.
Oh, that's a shame that you didn't do any damage to him.
No,
but
that's
Okay, now
They're going to
it's
discard.
my turn.
It is. Yeah. What are you going to do?
So I'm going to play the top action on this one.
Force 1 enemy within range 3 to perform attack 3, targeting an enemy of your choice.
So I'm thinking number 6 hits number 5 for 3.
So you're gonna you're gonna force to attack that one.
Yeah.
And it will be it will be 3 plus a combat card. 2. Now that's fine because that's all it needed, isn't it? 5 takes 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is dropped. Luckily 6 is immobilised, although it's next to you now. But
Okay, so...
Oh, me even, that's me.
Now I'm going to play this, which is force one enemy with a range of 3 to perform 2 attack.
Yeah, she can't do that.
Can't do that, but she can do a base 2 move instead if she wants to.
Sure.
So instead of doing this ability that now can't work because these two aren't next to each other, she could go sort of 1, 2. She could stand between the two of them if she wanted, but then get ready
Wouldn't it
to
be best
smack
for her
that.
to move out the way?
Yeah, because I've got less health.
Okay then. So, she's going to back up there. In fact, if you were to stand the other side of this, he can't get round, can he? So, yeah, if you sort of stood across the way, you could shoot him this way, and he'd have to come all the way around this way to get you.
Okay.
But by then, he'll be gone, and then we'll block the way. That's what we're planning. Right, they go in your discard.
Okay.
And then it is their go. So it's just the normals now. So number 2 is going to move. Well, it won't, because it won't get any closer to you. It's not going to move over to get round, so it will just stay where he is. And number 6, he's going to attack me for 2 plus a combat card. Hey, that's a miss. So I don't take any damage. And then we can go on to next round, and we can select cards ready for round 5. Okay, so round 5, I am going at 38, Jade is 25, and Jess is 68. So Jess, could you click draw so that we have some creature movement in there as well? So hatchet face, you are going first.
So I'm going to move up to 4, so I'm just going to go 1, 2.
Okay, yep, so just there, yeah.
Okay, and then I've got, on my top movement, I've got attack 2, range 3, target 2.
If you were there, you would not do this one at disadvantage.
Okay,
because if you do a ranged attack in front of someone's face, you do it at disadvantage. So if you're back a distance away from... anyway, which one are you going to attack first?
Let's go number 2, yeah.
Yep, so 2 plus a card. Oh, you should have shuffled that deck in. Hang on, give her a quick shuffle. Yep. Hopefully a good one.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay, so
2.
2 and a card.
-1.
Oh, so just 1 damage on number... Which one?
2.
1 damage on number 2, okay. And then you're going to attack number 6 for 2 plus a combat card.
2,
and that
so
is
he's
2.
dead.
So 6 is down. Okay, so that is gone. We've got 1 remaining enemy. Now, it does say the goal just under here, kill all enemies. Well, 3 against 1. His luck is out. Is it me next? Yeah? Okay, so I'm going to do...
I feel like they're going to be dead before I even have my gun.
No, probably not, because I'm going to do move 4. Well, I'm just going to move 1, 2. That's that one done. And then I've got attack 2, target all adjacent enemies. Well, that's the only one. So I'm going to do 2 plus a combat card. Plus 2 is 4. Oh, yeah, that'll be him straight away. Dead. Yes, he's dead. Woohoo, there we go. So he's off, which means we would play to the end of the round, but there's nothing else we can do. So what we can do is we can go on to scenario 2. We will do that as another video very, very soon. Let us know in the comments below if you're enjoying what you've seen so far. But we're not over. We are not finished just yet. Once you've done scenario 1 completion, you can get your character sheets out. We'll get those out and show you on scenario 2 what these do. But these basically track XP, items, and give you perks for your modifier deck, which is pretty cool. We're also going to be swapping out 2 of our cards for B cards. And then it says we can save. Well, yes, we are going to save at this point. But if we wanted to go on to scenario 2, the scenario 2 rules are here. And just as a little teaser, it's going to bring in money tokens, it's going to bring in traps, doors, treasure tiles, and it will bring in sort of lost actions and looting. Oh, yeah, and area effect, which you've got on your cards, haven't you?
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So yeah, lots to come up in scenario 2. But for now, we're gonna end on scenario 1. I might like to add, this is the 3rd game of this Jess has played, because we played practice, didn't we?
Yes.
Did 2 scenarios as a practice, see if you can get into it. You said you really enjoyed it, so you're going to join us for the whole campaign, aren't you now? Yes. Which is really cool. And she's got the mouse which is controlling this over to the side. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out our Patreon, which is in the description below. And follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. But in the meantime, we will say goodbye and catch you on the next video. Bye.